Hey, what's up guys, Sedge here. Welcome to some Dark Souls. This is the Q&A guys. I asked you to give me some questions and you guys did a pretty awesome job of doing that. So anyway, I'm going to try to keep the video quite fast. There may be some cuts in between the audio just because, I'm reading the questions and whatnot. This is going to be a monthly thing, so if you want to leave a question for the next month, feel free. If you feel like you didn't ask a question that you wanted to know, or maybe you didn't know what you wanted to ask them, but you do now, I will try to remind you guys in every video in the description, and I'll probably make a video just before, making the Q&A. Anyway guys, I'm actually going to start off with the YouTube questions, and then I'm going to go on to the Xbox ones. I'm going to try to answer them as truthfully as I possibly can, and when I say that, I mean I am going to answer them truthfully. There's really no point answering questions if I'm going to lie about them. Anyway, so like I said, I'm going to start off with the YouTube ones, and the first one we have, and some of these might be stupid, and some of them might not make any sense, but I'm still going to answer them. And the first one is from Adzeda. I hope I said that right. Forgot about the question, why do I have 3 subscribers when I don't even upload? Lol. I don't know, man. I don't know why I have 3 subscribers when you don't even upload. Maybe you just have good friends that support your channel even though you don't upload anything. Maybe that's why. I don't know, but again, that was a really, really good question. Thank you for contributing. No, really. That was really quite a good question. Anyway, next question comes from Giant Bacon, and he asks or says, "Great video, bud. Thank you. Keep rocking, bud. Thank you. My question is, what is the first game you've ever played, or what is your first game you have ever played?" Yeah, that's pretty much what I just said. Very entertaining. Thank you. Excited for the next one. Thank you. And the first game I ever played, I honestly cannot remember because it is the first game I ever played, so it's going to be quite a long time ago. Probably say maybe 9-8 years ago, back in the day when I used to live in Spain. Here's a fact for you: I used to live in Spain, and we played on like this weird console where you'd have to like blow this cassette or something to make the disc work. It was Mario. It was Mario, or at least I remember it being Mario. I played Zelda as well, even though that definitely was not the first game I played, and I also played Mario Race Cars. So yeah, man, I hope that answers your question. It was one of those games. Maybe it was like fucking Pac-Man, or I don't know, some shitty phone game, maybe Snake or some crap like that. Really don't remember, to be honest. But yeah, it was most probably Mario, to be honest. So yeah, anyway, thank you for the question, Giant Bacon. By the way, congratulations on 1K, bro. And next question. The next question is from Colton Green. Cough, cough. I totally don't know this guy in real life. He asks, progress on Dark Souls movie you mentioned. The progress right now is, out of a percentage, I'd probably say like 1%. It's literally just the idea of the movie. I don't even know where to start. I don't know. I have a bunch of ideas. I don't want to rush anything because when you rush, you kind of get a little bit sloppy with videos, and that's happened before. For example, a good example of this is probably my Hunter of Hunters. I got a little bit too cocky when I saw the feedback I got on the Saladin, and I just want to make sure I construct it perfectly. I want to get some decent ideas. Again, I need actors, voice actors, and I do have those. I have plenty of people who are volunteering, but there's still a lot of things aside from those to actually consider. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for the question. I am trying to rinse through these questions quite fast, so sorry if I'm not answering them in great detail, but if I didn't answer your question to my fullest potential and you feel like I didn't, then just ask me again in the comment section and I'll try to answer it in words. Anyway, the next question is, and this is actually quite a good one because it's quite random and whatnot, comes from Kasparo, and he says, my question, what's your favorite anime and have you ever kissed a male? Now, bro, you come to my streams, so you should be very aware that I don't watch animes and I kind of hate them. They just piss me off, and I'm not saying that to annoy anybody. It's just my opinion. I've seen Pokemon, and that was enough to set like a mind frame for myself that I don't like anime. You know, some people argue that Pokemon isn't an anime. I don't care. Most animes that I've ever seen are just, you know, some of them look decent. I just don't really like the art style of animes. It just annoys me for some reason, and it's kind of like just looking at a fucking, I don't know, some inanimate object like an ugly looking plate something like that, and you're just like, I really don't like the look of that. And it's the same with me and anime. I just don't like it. You know, sometimes you're walking around and you see a shit on the floor and you're like, wow, that looks disgusting. And that's pretty much, you know, you don't know, it might taste delicious, but you know, you don't know that until you try it. And you know, I could be being skeptical, and I don't actually give a crap. I really don't like anime. But anyway, I'm sorry about that, Kasparo or Funky Sprunk. And the next question is, have you ever kissed a male? How do I say this? Like, I'm not gay, so I haven't kissed a male in that way. Like, I have kissed a male because it was like family, and you know, if you can hear my car, I'm sorry, but it's fucking. Anyway, I mean, I have kissed a male. I've kissed relative males, or how do you want to say, I don't know, but no, I haven't kissed a male in a way that I wanted to, like kind of sexually or whatever. But yes, I have kissed a male before. But yeah, that was actually quite a good question. I mean, it's very uncommon to find questions like these. Anyway, the next question, this is quite a moist one. How did you start playing Dark Souls? 911 child asks. 911 chilled, should I say. I started playing Dark Souls quite a while ago now. I brought the game a week before it came out for free, so you might have an idea of when I got it, because it came out for free maybe a year and a half, a little bit over that maybe. So I'm not a veteran. I'm not going to be one of those people that says, oh, I played this game for 69 million years, I got it on day release, pre-ordered it with fucking everything. No, I'm not one of those people. I just enjoy the game, and I don't need to brag about how long I've played it. But yeah, I'd say maybe a year and a half. I started playing it because I saw PewDiePie play it. I was like, holy shit, this game literally looks like the definition of a perfect game for me. The customization's amazing. It's medieval. I love medieval. A little bit of magic, not too much, because I don't like magic. It's pretty much like Skyrim. I mean, I loved Skyrim, and when you think about it, Dark Souls and Skyrim are very similar, you know, except that in Dark Souls you kill bosses, and in Skyrim you do quests. That's pretty much the only difference. There's magic, it's medieval, cool swords, loads of customization, loads of quests, loads of side quests, you know, and I love it, and that's why. But yeah, I think I saw PewDiePie play it, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna watch this, I'm gonna get this game. And then the first few weeks were fucking horrible, and then it came out for free, and my friends got it. Basically, I got the game. I was like, you know, I really thought this game was going to be good, but it's really fucking hard, and you know, I don't mind a challenge, but I really can't be bothered. And back in the day, I used to play COD like every day, so I didn't have time for a game that consumed so much of my time. But then it came out for free, my friends got it, and some of my friends got further than me, and I was like, you know, that's unacceptable. And that's where the grind came. I played the game for fucking hours and hours, and then I started enjoying it so much that, you know, it was pretty much my friends kind of motivated me to play it, even though they're all shit at the game now. None of them have actually completed it, except for me. I've completed the game hundreds of times, and yeah, my friends can't say the same. But anyway, that's how I actually started playing Dark Souls. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Anyway, this is actually a question that I've wanted to answer, but nobody asked it. But Shadow One Royd asked it. What's your profile picture about? I always forget during the streams for some reason. I always forget to ask you during the streams. Now, it's not generic. Like, I didn't just, you know, grab any shitty picture and just lob it on. There is actually a really in-depth story, you know, behind my name and my profile picture that nobody, and I mean nobody except my friends who have been subbed to me when I had one sub, will know. Basically, I used to play a game called Spartacus Legends. It's on Xbox, it's free, it's like gladiators. You know, I have a passion for gladiators. I generally have a passion for like swords and stuff like that. I love dueling, fighting with melee weapons. It's just really cool. I really like weapons. I love the Crusades and shit like that. Hence the reason why I make things like, the Crusader build and the Saladin build. All that all that stuff. It's inspired by my thoughts and what I like. So Sedge, Segicus, Spartacus, Segicus, you kind of can see the link there. That's where I got it from. Sorry about the stupid motorbike. Okay, we heard you. Fuck off. Sedge is my nickname. I'm not actually going to go into how I got that because, again, it's quite a long story and I only have 5 minutes left of this video before I need to go record some more Dark Souls. But Sedge is my nickname, and Segicus, it's just Sedge with Icus, Spartacus, you can kind of make a link. Oh my goodness, my cat, if it doesn't shut up, I'm going to stop recording and I'll just go juice it. But anyway, the profile picture is a gladiator, Spartacus Legends, gladiators again. It basically comes from the game. My whole channel originated from that game, and it's kind of just stuck with me. I didn't really want to change it because I didn't really feel a need to do so. But now I just keep it, and but yeah, that's where it came from, Spartacus Legends. My picture, a gladiator. Yeah, I just love gladiators, love weapons, and it just fascinates me, okay? But yeah, thanks for the question, Shadow. Very much appreciated, my bro. Anyway, the next question comes from Stealthy, and not Stealthy, sorry, the meaning of games, PS4, and he asks, it's actually quite a weird question, but if you could choose to give up Dark Souls or get Dark Souls 4, yes, Dark Souls 4, I even asked him if he was going on about Dark Souls 3, but no, he was talking about Dark Souls 4. Which one would you choose? Well, I'd probably choose Dark Souls 1, because I really doubt Dark Souls 4 is even going to come out, because from what I heard, there is not actually going to be a Dark Souls 4. Again, it's actually quite hard. I probably would pick Dark Souls. I don't know, it's really hard to say, because I don't know what the hell Dark Souls 4 would be. I don't even know. Like, Dark Souls 3, I kind of have a brief idea of what it might be, but I genuinely have no idea what to say. I'd probably just pick Dark Souls 1, because I really don't know what to expect from Dark Souls 4. But I reckon by the time Dark Souls 4 comes out, Dark Souls 1 will be dead, so I mean, it's quite a contradictive question. It really, there's many points to each side. Okay, that doesn't make sense. But anyway, I'd probably just pick Dark Souls. Yeah, that's a pretty cool question, man. Very cool question. It's definitely made 1,000,000% sense. No, I'm joking. It was actually a good question. Anyway, now we're gonna actually head on to the Xbox questions. So yeah, enjoy. Anyway, the first question comes from Roxelmoth7024, and he asks, mage build, question mark. How do I make the best one? Honestly, man, I don't use mage builds, so I can't really answer that for you, because I hate magic. I've never made a magic build in my life on Dark Souls, only on Dark Souls 2. I mean, unless you consider Dark Moon Blade and Sunlight Blade a magic, but it's actually not a miracle faith. But if you actually do want a really good build, I'd go on Mungeon Monkey and just go on top builds and look at the sorcerer or magic build or whatever. That's probably the best way to find one. Myself, in general, I'm shit at making builds, but when it comes to magic builds, I literally have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah, I could probably get somebody to make you one. I have a lot of people who tend to sweat it out on Mungeon Monkey, and they would probably come up with quite a nice build for you. But anyway, thanks for the question, man. Next one comes from Wither Riz Ed Gecko. I'm sorry if I said that. Wither Riz Ed Gecko. Okay, that's good enough. Hey bro, I love your vids, and my question is, will you be getting Dark Souls 3, and will you be doing videos playing it? First of all, thank you for saying that you love my videos. I appreciate it. And second of all, yes, I will be. I definitely will be. I pre-ordered the game quite a while ago. I'm actually really scared, because it seems like it resembles a little bit too much Bloodborne. It's kind of got that really gothic theme, and I mean, I can't say I don't like it, but when literally the whole world is set around that theme, it kind of gets annoying. Dark Souls 1 didn't have that. For example, you can't really compare the Undead Burg with Arno Londo. But I mean, in Bloodborne, and I'm not calling Bloodborne shit, you can compare a lot of areas to each other, like a lot of the areas, and the start of the game is actually quite nice and bright, but then it just gets so dark and everything is just the same. All the color schemes, everything is the exact same, and it just annoys me because your eyes just, they don't start hurting. It just gets really annoying watching the whole dark shit. And some people can argue that oh, it's a dark game, so blah 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 and whatnot. But I really don't like the theme of darkness. I'd rather just have like a normal medieval themed game where you just walk around killing bosses. But yeah, thank you for that question. I will be doing videos on Dark Souls 3. Might even do some guides if I actually find out how to do something useful. I know those get a lot of views and it could benefit the channel quite nicely. So anyway, thank you very much for the question. And the next one comes from Suriku123, and he asks, have you ever done drugs? What do you think of Keeper or Kipper? I've never done drugs. I actually have not done any drugs. I'm 16 and I'm actually proud because in our school everybody smoked weed and everybody can argue that it's good, and to be honest I don't actually care if it's good or bad. At the end of the day, you're just wasting money. I mean, you're not really. I mean, it's kind of just like buying alcohol. Even that's wasting money. So from my perspective, it's just wasting money, and I don't really need that. So I've never smoked weed. I've never done anything like that. I just don't really see a point in it. I mean, I have tried to drink before, but I mean, alcohol is a drug, but it was like. It wasn't like a proper drink. It was literally like 4 shots of this really ridiculously strong vodka thing. But that's literally it. No drugs or anything like that. And I don't know. I have no idea what Kipper is. I think it's some sort of emoticon on Twitch, and I think it's the one with the funny little ears. I think it's awesome. 10 out of 10. I'd lick those ears and whatnot. So thank you for the question. Thank you very much. Alright guys, so the next question is, and if my voice sounds different, it's because it's the next day. But the next question comes from Joe Javassi, and his question is, do you think spears are cheap to use? I personally don't. Spears are, they're not that hard to counteract. I've used them before and I've died plenty of times. The only problem is that the fights are usually quite boring for the reason, because they're spears. You play defensively with spears. I've never seen anybody play aggressive with spears. They just kind of walk backwards and poke. And that could lead to a really, really boring fight, and that's probably the only downside that makes it cheap. It's, it's the people, it's not really the spear. And if you play aggressively with a spear, it could be a really, really fun fight, but they can be used as clutch weapons as well, which kind of annoys me because that is cheap. That's kind of like a desperate tactic to win, and I've done it before, so I would know. But again, I don't really like them. I tried using them on one of my builds. They're good weapons, but again, like you say, they're not that cheap, or at least I think they're not that cheap. But they're just annoying. Like, I hate it. I hate using a spear, and I hate when people use a spear against me. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a PvP weapon to me, and it shouldn't be used. But again, there are those people that decide to pull out a demon spear before dying, which I think is quite cheap. And I don't know if that even made sense, because I already answered this question, but I had to delete the audio for some reason because it got corrupted or some shit like this. So I don't actually remember what I said. But anyway, thanks for the question. I don't think they're cheap. They're just really annoying, and the playstyle of you and the person has to be defensive to have a fight, and that's just boring if you're both just poking each other and rolling and But anyway, thanks for the question, Joseph. So the second question from 911 Chilled is actually, why can't you spell, and what was your first build in Dark Souls 1 Scrub? I actually can spell. I can spell very well. It's just and basically I think this may be a reference to like some of the streams. Usually I have a controller in my hand, and my keyboard is so shit now because my dad broke my other one. He like plugged it into his laptop and it fucking overheated or some shit like that, and I lost my really nice LED keyboard. And now I can't see shit. I cannot see what I'm typing. I literally have to type with one hand, so I'm like, you know what, I don't care if there's a typo, I'll just type this shit up and I hope they know what I mean. But it's pretty funny. I remember Shadow said spelling with Sedge, and I don't know, that made me laugh. But your second, well, actually this is actually your third question. What was your first build in Dark Souls 1? There's actually, if you go on my channel, and I might leave a link in the description to this video, but it's the first PvP video I ever made, and that build was so goddamn bad. It was like a pyro. I don't know, it doesn't even like go into a category of PvP builds because it was just so bad. You know, it barely. I don't even know what it was. I really don't. I don't know. I just don't know what it was. It was just like the shittiest. I was fucking dual wielding Silver Knight swords. Like, that's how bad it was. There's actually a video of me, and you guys can check it out if you really want. But yeah, I don't actually remember. All I can say is that it was really bad. But yeah, thank you 911 Chill. Thank you very much, my friend. Next question. Alright, so the next question comes from the Sky Squirrel, sorry about that, and he asks, what is your fave game or games besides Dark Souls? I don't actually know. I have like a few, but they're just like very typical. I'd say Minecraft, Terraria, Assassin's Creed, stuff like that. Maybe Call of Duty. I wouldn't really call that a favorite. I just call it a fun game. I couldn't play that game for that long, if I'm honest with you. Spartacus Legends, and if you watch the other question, you'll know why. And yeah, just, you know, the good old stuff. Assassin's Creed's an amazing game. I've been playing it for ages. Of course, Bloodborne as well. That's not actually a Souls. Well, it is a Souls game, but you know, those games. I actually do have. I don't know if I deleted the first Q&A. I don't think I did, but if you check that out, I actually mentioned some other games. But it's probably Minecraft, Terraria, you know, just stuff like that I can play with my friends. Assassin's Creed as well. It's got an amazing storyline. I always enjoy. Maybe I don't actually want to say GTA because I don't like it. It just annoys me. All the dickheads running you over. It just pisses me off. But anyway, that's probably it. Those are my favorite games besides Dark Souls. So thank you for the question. I hope I answered it okay, but I am trying to rush through this. I don't want this video to get to half an hour, or at least hit the half an hour mark and not go anywhere else. But anyway, thank you for the question, and I'm gonna answer the next one now. Oh, good lord. Jesus Christ, I accidentally pressed something. Actually, those are all the questions, and there is one more question that I wanted to leave as the last one because it's something I do want to talk about quite in depth. And you guys might not like it, and I'm not leaving this question because I don't want you guys to hear the truth, but I'm just leaving it to the last one because it's probably going to take me like 5 minutes to explain. So the question comes from Displaced, and he asks, do you mod or save edit to get gear, items, and levels? Now, you see, I'm just going to straight up say yes, because that's the truth. And I'm going to tell you why, and why I, you know, condone and don't condone things like these. First of all, yes, I don't actually mod or save my edit, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I only use a mule. A mule is a save that you can download, and it has all the items, all the areas. It's in like a New Game Plus. It has all the spells, everything you could possibly need from Dark Souls. It has it right there. You can create anything you like, any build, any cosplay, in a matter of minutes and seconds. You can probably tell why somebody like myself would use this. Somebody who uploads content, you know, it does take time. You know, it takes like 2 hours to edit a video, like say the Saladin build or the Crusader build, and you know, 2 hours, maybe that may not be that much time, but when you have to add 15 hours of making the build, it really does add up. And that's like spending 20 hours on a single video, a whole day on a single video. But if I use a mule, I could make like 10 videos. They would be like the same quality, same length, and I would get more content in less time, which obviously equates to me maybe, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for, pre-recording videos for a time when I'm in a rough situation and maybe I have something to do with school and I can't upload. Maybe if I'm really tired or I'm just really not in the mood, I can upload a video that I pre-recorded in that time when I was, recording. And I don't really see a problem with this. I don't condone things like, maxing your health out just to be a dick in the forest and pretending like you're some big modder. For the most part, I don't really tell people that I do use mules. If somebody asks me, I'll tell them yes I do, and I'll tell them the short story of why I use them. It saves time, it's easy, and nobody sees a difference. Nobody sees a difference except for me. It saves me a shit ton of time. If I would make a build legit and make a build on a mule, the exact same build, I would not have an advantage, and you would not be at a disadvantage. The only real difference is that I saved maybe 15 hours plus, depending on what kind of build it is. And when you think about that, why the hell would I not do it? Why? I don't see the reason why. Of course, you may say it's not legit, you should just do it to feel the accomplishment or whatever of making a new build. I don't care about the accomplishment of making a new build. I'll feel accomplished when I get a good video out for my subs to watch and they enjoy it. I don't care how I have to do it. If I just want to get that done. How I make the build it's not even relevant. As long as I can get a decent video out to you guys, then I'm fine. But again, nobody really realizes it's a mule. Never. Of course, I can also help my friends out who are making builds. I can drop them stuff. I can drop people, humanity. I have myself loads of humanity, green blossoms, and it's just better. Again, I don't really like people modding their health to 1,000,000,000 and then being with infinite health, but I don't do that. So obviously the creator of mules or creator of edit saves didn't intend for that, and maybe they even regret doing that, for kids to come on the stupid save editor who can't complete the game, to make themselves maxed out. Maybe, I don't know, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, but basically what I'm trying to say is I use mules to save time. I use shit like this, to save time. That's the only reason. And some people say PvE is good. I enjoy PvE. I'd rather not mule because I actually enjoy the PvE. I've had loads of people say that, and I was like, I enjoy the PvE as well, and I'm not bored of it. No, I'm not. But when you get past the PvE, you have to remember that you're going to have to sit there killing the same mob trying to get some stupid Titanite or something. And it's just, how is that entertaining? It's not. That could be, how long would it take me to upgrade my armor to full? And depending on what the armor is as well. It would take me a long ass time. And either way, I'd still probably have to do the soul glitch, and most people do that. So I'm mule, yes, I'm mule, and I'm probably still gonna mule. If you don't like that, then I'm sorry, but it just, and I've said this like 6 times, but it does save me time, and I need time. Time is valuable for me. So yeah, displaced. I hope you don't get mad. And about the desperate tactics and whatnot, you guys actually don't see the question that you asked me before. I may or may not put it up on screen. I probably won't, because I really don't want to go and screenshot it now since I'm almost finished with the video. But he said, I want to know if, instead of using exploits and whatnot, try using actual skill. And it's not a hate message as far as I know. I think this guy, I've known him for maybe maybe a month or something. I definitely know this guy's not hating on me, and you know, he's just basically saying his opinion and how he feels, which is perfectly fine. You know, it may be a harsh way to put it, but if it's the only way to put it, then I don't really mind. So he also said exploits and whatnot, and this is referring to the Hornet Ring, One Shot Bandit Knife, Red Tearstone. Honestly, man, I don't think it's an exploit. It's kind of like a backup. Honestly, I don't know why people get so heated about that. I mean, I understand it's a scumbag move, but you know, if it's a play style, if it's in the game, it's not an exploit. This bandit thing, Hornet thing, has been in the game ever since it came out, and the bandit knife has been nerfed, maybe once or twice now, and you know, obviously the creators know what they're doing, and they know that you can use the combo to one-shot people. But of course, you're at really low health, so as long as I actually don't get it. People moan at me, but if I was put in the same situation with somebody doing that to me while I was on full health, you know what I'd do? I wouldn't do stupid shit like try to parry them. You know, most people try to parry me when I'm on Red Tearstone with a Hornet Ring and a Bandit Knife. How that is a scumbag move, I don't understand, because they're trying to parry me. You know, instead of getting cocky and trying to parry me, just try to kill me. And they eventually get backstabbed. You know, backstabbing is such an easy thing to counteract. Unless you're a noob, then yeah, that's understandable, but at least you learn something. You know, you're like, okay, this guy's on Red Tearstone, he's got a Bandit Knife. Obviously, that equals me getting one-shotted if I backstab. So instead of trying to parry this guy, maybe I should whack out a Demon Spear like other people do, or some shit like that, or at least have my shield up and try not to get fucking backstabbed. I know it's hard to, you know, get a hit on because I'd be rolling, I'd be miles away, but at the end of the day, it is quite, you know, easy to counteract and whatnot. But I'm not using it anymore, so you guys don't have to tell me that I'm being a scumbag and whatnot. And this video is up to half an hour now, so I'm probably gonna end it. But Displaced, hope you are okay with everything. If you're not, then I'm sorry. You're probably gonna unsubscribe and whatnot. But the truth is, man, if you go to most YouTubers, and I don't mean the big ones because they actually have a reputation to keep, and I'm not saying I don't care about my reputation, but you know, even them, loads of people use mules, loads of people use editors. Every streamer you look at nowadays will use a mule because it's easy, it's not time consuming, and it's just like that, you know. And nobody should really care, really, unless I'm using a mule to max myself to max health. Even though you can't do that with the mule I'm using, they give you a specific amount of souls where you can only get to 135 soul level, so that's not even an issue. But most YouTubers will actually tell you that they use a mule, and it's no real secret. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If I didn't answer your question for some reason, then just comment below again and I'll answer it in the next month. Really don't like the fact that this video is 33 minutes, but hell, what can I do about it? Anyway, thank you very much, and I will see you later, guys.